the first sign was not the flowers, it was the portrait. Because Darius painted her before they ever met. He knew when her daughter left. He knew which doors were empty. And when Camille tried to leave, he revealed the life he had been collecting. Tonight, she has one chance to turn his obsession into evidence. Camille Bennett stared at a 6-foot painting of herself asleep while smoke crawled beneath the locked gallery doors. Every private moment she had tried to forget was projected across the warehouse wall. Behind her, Darius Mercer whispered, "You made me feel alive. Now you do not get to erase me." Her phone lit up on the concrete floor. Camille lunged, but Darius crushed the screen beneath his shoe. "Your daughter left you," he said. "I am the one who stayed." A metal alarm began to pulse. Before Camille could reach the exit, the gallery disappeared into black. 6 weeks earlier, Camille watched 18-year-old Maya load the last suitcase for college. Terrence, Camille's husband, stood on the opposite side of the driveway. Their trial separation had already emptied half the house. Maya's departure emptied the rest. Camille smiled until the car turned the corner. Then the smile collapsed. At Northline Creative, Camille could still arrange a perfect image, but she could not feel one. Her campaign for a luxury client looked expensive and dead. When her creative director asked what the woman in the photograph wanted, Camille had no answer. That night she attended a warehouse opening, hoping someone else's art might wake her up. Darius Mercer was painting over his own sold canvas when Camille found him. He called finished work a kind of death. Then, without asking her name, he said, "You spend your life designing how other women are seen." Camille should have wondered how he knew. Instead, for the first time in months, she felt visible. Their first kiss became a week of stolen mornings, but in his studio, Camille found a charcoal portrait of herself laughing at a charity gala. The corner was dated March 11th, 3 weeks before the night they met. Darius said he had noticed her across the room. The explanation was romantic, only if she ignored the locked drawer beneath it. Darius arrived with flowers, canvases, groceries, and reasons not to leave. He painted in Maya's empty room, cooked in Camille's kitchen, and programmed his own code into her security panel. Each gesture solved her loneliness. Each solution quietly removed a boundary. Camille mistook constant presence for care. Terrence came for forwarded mail and saw Darius's wet signature across the living room canvas. Camille defended the affair before he accused her. Terrence did not raise his voice. He only said, "Anyone who moves that fast is either running from something or running toward a target." Camille heard judgment. She missed the warning. On video, Maya asked why a man's voice was in the kitchen. Camille lied and called him a freelancer. Darius stepped into frame wearing Camille's robe, smiling as if introduced. After the call, he asked why she was ashamed of him. When Camille reached for her phone, he was already holding it. The next morning, a wrapped canvas arrived at Camille's office. It showed her asleep in the exact position she had been in 2 nights earlier. Darius called it imagination. Her smart home log said otherwise. His code opened the garage at 2:13 a.m. while Camille was away at a client hotel. Camille searched the house and found a red pinprick inside the bedroom smoke detector. Behind Maya's books, she found memory cards, contact sheets, and paintings of herself sleeping, crying, even reading Terrence's old letters. She was not Darius's muse. She was his private exhibition. Darius was standing in the doorway. He did not deny anything. He opened a private archive containing Camille's messages, the affair, and edited audio that made her sound unstable. One tap could reach Maya, Terrence, and Northline's board. "Leave me," he said, "and I finish your story without you." Maya's message changed everything. Months before college, an online mentor named Marcus Vale had pushed her toward the out-of-state scholarship, asked about Camille's schedule, and promised distance would help her mother rediscover herself. The profile image carried Darius's private signature. He had not entered an empty house. He had helped empty it. Camille met Terrence beneath a parking garage camera Darius could not access. She confessed the affair, the lies, and the surveillance without asking forgiveness. Terrence's hurt was immediate, but so was his choice. "I can be angry later," he said. "Right now, we keep Maya alive and get you out." A reverse image search led Camille to Alana Pierce, Darius's former muse. 5 years earlier, Alana vanished after a warehouse studio fire. The final catalog portrait showed her asleep beneath the same cobalt spiral. Darius had not invented his obsession for Camille. He had perfected it on someone else. Alana answered from a place she would not name. She had survived the fire and disappeared because Darius turned every warning into proof that she was unstable. "He does not love women," she told Camille. "He authors them." Alana still had one damaged recording, but only a fresh confession could connect his pattern to Camille. Camille called Darius and apologized. She offered him what obsession wanted most, a private preview of a campaign built around his portraits of her. Northline's gallery server would record the room. Her watch would store a second copy. Terrence and detectives would wait outside. Camille was no longer performing love. She was directing evidence. Darius had transformed the warehouse into a shrine. 12 canvases showed Camille sleeping, grieving, undressing only in silhouette, and watching Maya leave. Then he locked the steel doors and activated a signal jammer. Outside, Terrence lost the feed. Inside, Darius rolled out the final canvas and smoke began to curl beneath it. Now the cold open made sense. Camille stopped pleading and began provoking. "Tell me when you chose me." Darius smiled. He described the college group, Maya's schedule, the copied key, and every camera he installed. He believed confession meant ownership. Camille knew her watch was saving every word, even without a signal. Darius saw the watch and grabbed for it. Camille twisted away. A rolling canvas struck the candlelit varnish table, spilling solvent as the flame caught. Darius ran for the control tablet instead of the exit. Camille pulled the fire alarm. Sprinklers burst overhead, and the gallery's magnetic lock released with a violent click. The steel door opened. Terrence and the detectives rushed in as Camille walked out under her own power. Darius was arrested beside the ruined portraits, shouting, "I will never let you go." Camille did not turn around. The recovered watch held his confession. Alana's old recording proved it was a pattern. The confession protected Camille, but it did not erase her choices. She told Northline's board the truth before Darius's files could tell it for her. Terrence did not promise reconciliation. He promised counseling, honesty, and time. For the first time, Camille accepted that rescue was not the same thing as returning to the life she had before. 3 months later, Camille visited Maya's first college exhibition. Northline had approved her new campaign about mothers rebuilding identity after children leave home. Camille called it space to become. The images were not perfect women in perfect rooms. They were women opening windows, making plans, and choosing their own light. Maya asked if the house still felt lonely. Camille answered, "Sometimes, but empty is not the same as broken." Darius had promised he would never let her go. In the end, Camille understood she had been gripping a life that had already changed. When she finally let go, she did not disappear. She became visible to herself. If you enjoy dramatic stories filled with secrets, betrayal, romance, thrillers, and shocking endings, subscribe to The Storytelling Diva.